America. It's Erick Erickson. It's November 20th. These are the four things you need to know this afternoon. Don't look at your portfolio today. Wall Street not had a good day. It started out with a rise in numbers because of the jobs data from September that looked pretty good with some subsurface weakening of the jobs market. Wasn't enough for Wall Street to blow off concerns, and the Dow Jones soared. Then it nosedived, losing about 1,000 points overall today with AI jitters on Wall Street. What's going on? Nvidia had good results, but if you lift up the hood, there's something wrong. A lot of the deals that are making all the buzz on Wall Street about AI, they're circular deals. Nvidia gives money to a company that gives the money back to Nvidia in the form of a chip purchase, which invests in another company, which invests in Nvidia. Nvidia is saying that its older chips are still running great, except the older chips are less efficient and less prone to be able to do calculations. Then when Nvidia announces new chips, nobody wants the old chips. You've got Microsoft and Nvidia investing in Anthropic, which is then using that money in turn to do deals with Microsoft and Nvidia. Things just don't look great. And frankly, there are going to be a lot of you and a lot of other companies outside of AI when this thing crashes that are going to be really in a lot of trouble. This is Enron, WorldCom, and Global Crossing all together. They're overbuilding the infrastructure for something that's not there yet. If you research this stuff, I forget who the author was, made a great point that only the railroad industry overbuilt infrastructure and survived. Part of Global Crossing and why it went bankrupt is it overbuilt internet infrastructure. It couldn't keep up and it went under. Enron and WorldCom, of course, were accounting scandals. And when you look at the circular deals out there, there are lots of red flags that are being raised. And also, by the way, all the businesses using AI say they're not really seeing a return in investment. Meanwhile, young people can't get jobs. Old people are getting laid off because of AI. Major rural parts of the country are allowing AI infrastructure to be built. They're overbuilding their infrastructure to accommodate the data centers. If the data centers go under, you're going to have a lot of local governments holding a lot of costs related to sewage and power. You're going to have the power companies also holding the bag, having upgraded power systems for a data center that may not exist. This is a dangerous, dangerous game that Wall Street and these companies are playing. Wall Street's finally realizing that there may not be a there. Ultimately, just as like the internet, it survived the dot-com bubble, AI is going to survive, but it's going to be in a changed form. And a lot of municipalities and companies just tangentially related could get ruined by what the AI gamesmanship is doing. Be very careful out there. Up next, President Trump has reportedly authorized CIA missions inside Venezuela. During his first term, they war-gamed what would happen if Maduro fell, and Venezuela turned into gangland violence and chaos with more people fleeing. And the president is hesitant to get involved in toppling Maduro, though he's trying to build internal pressure for Venezuelans to topple Maduro himself. No word on what the CIA missions are and where the leak came from. It does appear to be an authorized leak by the administration, not an unauthorized leak, probably trying to build pressure. The big prize, though, people are ignoring. It's Cuba. It's one reason there are reports Marco Rubio is the biggest advocate for overthrowing Maduro. He's trying to overthrow the Cuban government, and Maduro has been helping prop up the Cuban regime with Maduro's oil revenue. The Cuban communist government is very weak. The economy in Cuba is faltering. There are more and more growing protests in Cuba that you don't really hear about in the American news, and yet it's happening. Venezuela, the closest ally to Cuba, propping it up. You get rid of Maduro, it makes it easier to topple Cuba. And, of course, Marco Rubio's families are Cuban refugees. Walmart sales are rising. This is great for the company. It is great for shareholders. A lot of 401ks and IRAs have Walmart stock in various mutual funds, so it's good, except it's also not. Why? Because Walmart has low prices every day. That's part of what they do. And it signals that people are looking for cheaper prices by a lot of people giving up on Target and headed into Walmart. And I got to say, as someone who loathes going to Walmart, if you're giving up on Target going to Walmart, you really are feeling the economic pinch, because why would you? It's like going from my beloved grocery store Publix to Kroger or Food Lion. Ingles is great. Those others, Walmart. Walmart is benefiting by an economic slowdown, and typically that's what happens, and it tends to be a harbinger of recession. When Walmart starts seeing same-store sales going up, it's people leaving other places going to Walmart because they're suffering the effects of an economy that's slowing down, and that's actually not good for the economy overall, even as it's great for Walmart shareholders. Lastly, congressional Republicans are warning Pam Bondi, do not slow down the release of the Epstein files. Get them out there and get them out there ASAP. Epstein is now the conspiracy theory that's going to keep on giving. If you believe he's a CIA spy and that information is not released, well, it's because he was a CIA spy, not because the files don't exist. If you believe Joe Schmo was one of Epstein's agents complicit in human trafficking and the name's not there, well, it's because they're covering it up because he's politically connected. They're going to be playing this game forever. The fact of the matter is there was never as much there as people thought there was with Epstein. And Republicans are correct, particularly the Republican senators pressuring Pam Bondi. The more she gets out, the quicker she gets it out, the better it's going to be for everybody to move on to other things. But there are going to be people doing real crime podcasts on the Epstein cover-up from now till kingdom come, because a lot of people are making money off a conspiracy theory that isn't as much of a conspiracy theory as they would have you believe. The question is, what do you believe? I'm Erick Erickson. These are the 4 things you need to know this afternoon. Remember, now's the time to start thinking about taking your turkey out and putting it in the fridge to thaw. Also, thank you for those of you who contributed to our fundraiser. We raised $265,000, helping feed over 6,625 families across the nation. Your support, very much appreciated. Please stay informed, stay engaged, and please keep the faith.